of the Nautical Theme here in the studio. They have a new record that we simply love called Float. Tell us about making the record, guys.
Sure. So we recorded it kind of starting in maybe, June of 2017?
Yeah, June. Yes.
And tracked it at my home studio, tongue-in-cheek, ready, set, go. And then we sent the tracks off to Micah over at Popside, and he did the mixing and kind of worked through that process with them a little bit.
And I had a baby in the middle of recording this record.
Wow.
So I recorded a bunch of stuff, to prepare. So I recorded a bunch of stuff before, and then I went on maternity leave, and then Matt took it from there. So
Yeah.
kind of a big deal.
The plan was that she was going to knock out all of her stuff, and then I was going to fill in the spaces while she was doing the baby thing, and I definitely didn't get it all done.
No. You were great, Matt. You were great.
But once she came back, we finished it up, and then we worked with Micah, and then we worked with a guy named Jake Bryant with Platinum Audio. He did the mastering, and I'm pretty happy with the way it came out.
So you're listening to your Tuesday afternoon alternative here on WUDR, Dayton, Ohio, student-run radio from the University of Dayton. I'm Dr. J. I'm your host for YTAA, along with my cohort Flower, who is here every Tuesday. She just holds down the fort. It's just how that works. So Matt and Tesha here from the Nautical Theme. You guys have a big release show coming up.
We do.
We do. Saturday, April 21st, so this Saturday at 10 o'clock is when it starts. And we have the 1984 draft. And Kylie Downs, our friend Kylie Downs, is going to be joining us, and we're very excited about that. It's at Jimmy's Ladder 11 on Brown Street.
Yep.
Which is a great show because 84 Draft is getting ready to release a new record, and Kylene just released her new EP, Friends, which seems appropriate when you know Kylene.
Yeah, absolutely.
But of course comes from an element in the song, and so it goes. But
Right.
I'm also curious, do you guys plan on doing any touring with a young baby and with two families?
Yeah, so we kind of hit the regional stuff as much as we can. It's all weekend based. We've got a couple good things lined up. We're playing the Yellow Spring Street Fair in June.
Oh, that's
we
cool.
have a gig in Findlay at a really awesome listening room at Coffee and Chi.
Yep.
And then we have Dayton Porch Fest
Yep.
in August.
Yep.
So I'm excited about that.
Yeah.
Anything in July?
Yeah, we have
We're playing on Avon Lake, the
Yeah.
summer market up on
Summer
Avon Lake.
Oh, that's cool.
I know, I'm excited. It's a really big festival. So
Yeah.
we went.
Can we convince you to play another song?
Absolutely.
Yes. We just have to figure out what we want to play.
Yeah.
Well, anything you want.
All right. You want to do Sinking Fast
Yes.
since you wanted to do that
I
one?
love that
All right,
song.
let's do that. This one's called Sinking Fast. I'm sinking fast, I'm sinking deep. I don't know why I can't get on my feet. I hold my breath, heaven hold me. I don't know why I can't get on my feet. I'm sinking fast, I'm sinking deep. I don't know why I can't get on my feet. I hold my breath, heaven hold me. I don't know why I can't get on my feet. I'm sinking fast, I'm sinking deep. I don't know why I can't get on my feet. I hold my breath, heaven hold me. I don't know why I can't get on my feet. I'm sinking fast, I'm sinking deep. I don't know why I can't get on my feet. I hold my breath, heaven hold me. I don't know why I can't get on my feet.
Nice, very nice. Sinking Fast from the Nautical Theme. Matt and Tesha here in the studio. Have you guys always sang together? You blend so beautifully. Like,
Thank you.
I don't know.
were you small babies when you started?
Tesha and I have been playing music together for about 4 or 5 years.
It definitely was cool. Like, I was like, oh, we sound really good together.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I don't know. Just, it's good.
Yeah.
Now, did your singing start with the previous band?
That is
The two of you
correct.
together?
Yes, yeah. We were playing, I was playing music with Justin and Smith. We were in a band called Simply Waiting together for a long time. And as that was kind of winding down, we were looking for another project, trying stuff out. And he said he knew this lady, Tesha, young Mrs.
Young
girl.
miss.
I didn't want to say girl.
Well,
but
it's
it's like that, person.
I know, like the feminism thing.
right.
I'm such a person
This person.
thing. I don't know. That's so bad.
Tesha, and he brought her to practice one day. And
Yeah.
just kind of clicked.
Yeah, it was really good. I remember I was like, this guy's an awesome songwriter. So it just really clicked. It was good.
I know we've talked before about your songwriting approach. Matt kind of works on lyrics and basic structure, and then you add some elements, Tesha, to it.
Yeah, so Matt's our main songwriter. I think sometimes I'll come with music that I've written. I'm like not good at writing lyrics at all. It's not pretty. But I can sing a harmony. So like he does what he's good at, I do what I'm good at. And so like I write all the piano parts and I do my thing. And I think it makes something really awesome.
What's your favorite song on the record right now?
Good question. For me,
In case you don't know, they're looking at the back of the record right now.
I always forget what our songs are.
Yeah. I would probably pick either One Long Day and Night or Can't You Just. I like the way that one came out a lot. Those are probably my two. You asked for one, but I gave you two.
What do you think, Tesha?
Like performing wise, I like to perform Have a Little Fun because we both get to sing on that one, and I feel like when we do that, like the room, like people actually like listen. Like, you know what I mean? Like it becomes less of like background noise, and people are like, oh, this is cool, and I really like performing Wanted More. I don't know, they're all fun, but it's probably my favorites.
Yeah.
Did you guys play any covers? I'm thinking with your harmonies that provides a lot of opportunity to have some fun with somebody else's songs.
Right.
We talked about doing TNT by AC/DC because the nautical theme is TNT, so we make a really pretty version of
Right.
TNT Dynamite.
I like it right there.
I don't know.
You sure you haven't practiced that?
No.
But yeah, other than that kind of thing that we talked about, we haven't done any covers. It hasn't really ever been something that I've done musically, so somebody would probably have to like push me in that direction.
Oh, right, and I'm not implying
Yeah.
by any stretch of the imagination that you should.
Right.
I was just thinking that with the very nice harmonies you're able to get, that would give you the opportunity to do some interesting interpretations of some things.
Right. No, absolutely. I agree. Yeah, if we were going to do something, I think we would have to like completely sort of change it.
Yeah.
Like Tesha was saying with TNT.
Real pretty.
I like that idea.
Yeah.
You know, a minor key on the keyboard.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, it just hasn't really been we're just like writing these songs and just, doing our thing.
Right.
I wouldn't be opposed to it, but.
Sure.
So maybe if you request a song, Dr. J.
Oh no!
You know.
No pressure. No pressure. Well, I think you should redo TNT by AC/DC.
Oh,
I never thought of that. That's great.
If you're just now tuning in, you're listening to your Tuesday afternoon alternative, and we are really fortunate to welcome Matt and Tesha of the Nautical Theme. They have a terrific new album, Float. Now I'm going to be really dumb here. I'm assuming that the title Float is tied to the theme of water, which is tied to the idea of the nautical theme. But I'm just curious, other than that, were there like other ideas that you were thinking, you call the record, like Water Bowie or something?
Yeah, I think I kind of picked it because, it can be it can be positive or negative. Like it can be about sort of struggling, you're trying to float, or like you are able to float and you're kind of overcoming. So that ambiguity was kind of nice to me. And then obviously, like, with the tie-in with the name, I think I was trying to be cute. I don't know if that pulled it off or not. The water kind of comes up in the lyrics several times throughout the disc or the album.
Yeah, like when we chose our band name, it wasn't like a thing. Like, there's really no good story behind any of this. Like, you're like, how'd you get your name? We're like, it's not really that good.
Yeah.
But I think that we've been writing a lot of songs that do have water themes, and I don't think that's like contrived at all. It's just like what's coming out. So it's pretty cool that it came out that way.
Yeah, even outside of this band, I think I've used water themes before. So something about water. I don't know.
It's providential. It's clandestine. I'm using words that I don't.
Well, it's not like you named the record Waves.
Right.
Yeah. Or I guess you could have been really obvious. This is our record Water.
Yeah.
So, could we convince you to do another song?
Yeah. Let's give me a second to tune up here with the capo. We'll have a little fun since you mentioned that one specifically. Let's do that one.
I think I have that on the station computer listed as the new song.
You do?
Yeah, that was the new song last time.
We had recently written it then.
But
we have some
beautiful harmonies. Beautiful harmonies.
Thank you. Yeah, we're writing new songs even now for the next album.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
How many are we into?
Just 2 so far.
Just 2.
But I think now that we've kind of like cleared the hurdle of
this
getting the album put together and getting ready to do the big release, we'll probably start writing in earnest again.
Mm-hmm.
But those 2 that we wrote, like, I think we did them in one night basically.
Yeah, but we're playing them on Saturdays, so
Yeah.
I'm excited.
So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Nautical theme.
That grass is getting brown beneath your feet. It always seems so green this side of the street. Just got to have it or you feel incomplete. The other side of the street, the restless don't sleep.
just lovely. That is just lovely. Although it sounds like heartbreak. Which is exactly what I love.
I know, I feel like most of our songs are like, they're just, we always joke that we played on Valentine's Day, and we're like, let's have breakup stories, everyone, because that's the one we do.
And then that gives you then more interesting ideas for future songs.
Yes, tell us your problems.
Absolutely.
So at the beginning of the concert, everybody gets like a piece of paper and a pencil, and
That's a really great idea.
let's collect all of your breakup stories.
There you go.
Although I know a lot of music comes from varying emotions, I seem personally drawn to when things fall apart.
Right.
Like the deconstruction, what happened to the glue, the love, the whatever that was holding people together, and how people so desperately try to put that back together forcibly, which doesn't normally work.
Yeah.
Right. No,
Either it's organic or it's not. Either it's
Right.
working or it's not.
Yeah, we have a song that we played in the in the previous band, Colors, and that's kind of like thematically what that's about. It's like it talks about being sort of mundane at the beginning, and then it talks about how it's interesting. You get all your colors on the way down. So basically, like as things are falling apart, then there's all these different inputs, and that's when it gets interesting, I guess.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
So the Nautical theme here in the studio. You're listening to your Tuesday afternoon alternative on WUDR. Matt and Tesha of the Nautical theme this Saturday, April 21st. They are playing with the 84 Draft and Kylie Downs. It's just a collection of all my friends in one place. I'm not quite sure how to feel about this, but you need to make plans to go. Do we know when doors open? And
Yeah,
all
so
that stuff?
the music should start at 10, so try to get there at 9:30. Or, a little plug for Jimmy's. I mean, they have a great menu, so you can go do your dinner thing beforehand and hang out and then stay for the show.
Absolutely. So let's play a song. I was wondering, is there any theme across the songs? I don't notice myself a theme across them. Like So Long Dear couldn't have said One Long Day and Night, have a little fun, we just played. Is there any kind of a theme?
I mean, I guess like lyrically, they all kind of. I'm not a good storyteller outside of myself, so I don't kind of make up characters or anything like that. So they're all relatively personal. But there's stuff on here that's older. Like Jump Out of the Water, for instance, was about when my daughter was born, and she's turning 10 like next month.
Oh,
so
my.
that one's been sticking around for a while. And then So Long Dear is like about like a teenage kind of moving on, or like new college kind of moving on experience. So it sort of spans like at least a decade worth of content.
It sounds like deeply personal subject matter.
Yeah.
Kind of like moments in people's lives.
Yeah, and that's sort of just how I've always kind of written drum.
Oh, always?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think people connect with it. I mean, I definitely connect with it. I was like, man, this guy's a really good songwriter. And so I think people connect with that. I mean, just hearts together, right?
Right, and I guess like, I don't know if I do it intentionally, but it's usually like somewhat ambiguous. So I guess that kind of leads it to being applicable to people because they can kind of see themselves in it if it's not explicitly saying like, specific events that happened. So I think that kind of lends itself to applying to other people.
Sure. Well, let's go ahead and play So Long Dear. So this is the college years.
Yeah. So this
Roughly
is
speaking.
this is.
I didn't know that.
I think
What do you think
it's like
about
a summer love kind of thing.
Oh, yeah.
Right. Yeah.
I'm learning things about my own songs.
Sounding okay to you?
Yeah.
Sounds all right to me.
Yeah.
I should warn you we're still on Facebook Live,
All right.
and then there's the video over there, or at least I'm gonna move around. Yep. Everybody's going. I'm always mindful of I'm still trapped. Camera here, camera there. But the point is just to record some things.
Right.
Didn't we send links to stuff?
did.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was really
You can
great.
do anything you want with it.
Yeah, it's great. We
Awesome.
used it.
Yep.
I know I did cut and paste the songs out of the whole interview so that we could then play those.
Right. That was like all we had on our Bandcamp for a long time.
Oh yay!
Those recordings. Yeah.
I'm just glad that it was useful in some way.
It was so cool. Yeah, we were sending it out for like shows and like trying to get shows and everything. Like,
Hey, anything we can anything we can do, right? The least we can do is to try to help out in some way. I'm just always amazed. Every time I turn around, there's either, you know, a cool band that I knew about is releasing a great record, or someone that I never heard before. I come across, I'm like, how did I not know about that?
Right. Yeah. There's a lot of music.
A lot of music.
And you know, for I don't mean to sound in any way weird or ungrateful, but for a city the size of Dayton to have so much. Let's see, what was Jump Out of the Water was the other one you mentioned.
Yeah.
It just, to complete the thought, it just struck me as really wonderful that the city of Dayton would produce so many terrific bands, you know, over decades, right? I mean, you talk about the funk years, or even like back into the 30s and 40s, when the venues were more like juke joints or things of that nature, which I didn't even know about till I started to get into Dayton music history.
Right.
But apparently there's been a thriving music scene since the 1930s.
That's cool.
I know, isn't it?
That's
The 70s I knew. But yeah, there were singers and songwriters in the 1960s, and a lot of fair big name folks came through in the 60s. I didn't know that.
Over at the Canal?
Yeah, well, I guess Canal has had a long
that was
history.
80s, but
Yeah, well, I mean, 70s and 80s, you know, you had, well, I guess you had the Night Owl back then, and places that don't exist, a lot of places don't exist anymore.
Right.
From the, of course, 30s and 40s, but then even like the 60s and 70s, some of those places aren't here anymore.
Yeah.
Which in of itself is still kind of sad, but also kind of cool that there's been that history.
Right.
So I guess I could be dumb and think, oh, how does the nautical theme come into that history?
Yeah, we're a part of that heritage.
I will not be dumb on air like that. Let me ask you a bizarre question you can't possibly know the answer to.
I don't know. I moved here like 5 years ago. Am I like part of the scene now?
Now you've lived here much longer than that, right?
Yeah.
You were born and raised roughly in the area?
I was born in Pennsylvania, but we moved to
okay.
Ohio when I was like 4 or 5 or something. Oh no, I'm sorry, like 6. And yeah, I've been in the suburbs.
So not born, but pretty much raised in the area.
Yeah.
I lived in 3 different houses on Stewart Street, actually. So,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, Stewart is probably a lot different back then.
No.
No?
It was they were just building the ones like at the top of the hill, but there were houses there when we first moved in. Yeah, so I rented 2 places, and my wife bought the 3rd place that we moved into.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's funny how much, you know, things change and then also how things don't.
Right.
But Chris, we should probably tell people, like, the foolish people who can't get to Saturday's show, you know, how to buy the record, you know, all your social media and stuff like that.
Yep.
Any future shows beyond the 21st you want to plug. I know you talked about a few. Can I make you do that again?
Yeah, what's the next local one? Would be the Yellow Springs
Yeah, I think so.
on the June 9th. Yellow Springs Street Fair.
Yeah.
And we're always looking for bands to like play with, so if people are interested in putting my list for
Got it. Yeah, the ones that you mentioned.
It's about 30 seconds.
We like to play out of town.
Yeah.
20 seconds. Potting up. The nautical theme here on WUDR. 2 songs from their terrific new album, Float. You heard So Long Dear, and just that last song. Is there anything you'd like to say about Jump into the Water, like you just mentioned?
Yeah, so I wrote it about the time that my daughter was being born. That was about 10 years ago. And I guess, like, and it's about water. We were talking about water earlier.
Right.
More in the amniotic and
I'm not so sure Tesh is on board for that interpretation.
Been there, done that.
Yeah. And I guess I was just kind of thinking about songs for the album, and for some reason one night that one popped back into my head.
You guys had played it live, but you never recorded it.
Yeah, no, it had never shown up on an album or anything, and played
I
it.
think it was because like I was pregnant, so you're like, oh, there's a we were talking,
Right.
that's a baby. You were talking
Right.
about babies and stuff.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
But I was glad that we were able to do it.
Yeah, I got out the xylophone.
Yeah.
That was fun.
Yeah, and that is a neat element in the song.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if the way you hear the song has changed now that your daughter's so much older.